Good evening, I'm Kim Benson. What's responsible for the large fish kill in Medio Creek? Nearby residents say Lackland Air Force is to blame. We'll look into the controversy. Park rangers at Canyon Lake crack down on drunk boat drivers. We'll have more. And employees of the Frost Brothers chain petition to bring back the failed store.
Hello, I'm Ron Taylor in the Weather Center. It's 100 degrees in San Antonio, but in Midland, it's 112. We'll talk about hot weather.
I'm Gary DeLaune. Montreal mauls the Astros, and we'll hear a song about Pete Rose.
Stay tuned. Eyewitness News is next.
And she'll have...
Me and the girls are gonna have like some kind of awesome day. I got Kentucky Fried Chicken's new summer fun pack. 10 pieces of original recipe chicken made with 11 herbs and spices, large mashed potatoes and gravy, lots of coleslaw, and 4 buttermilk biscuits, all at a cool $9.99. After we eat, I'm gonna kick back, catch a few rays. And some waves.
Cross the road for Kentucky Fried Chicken's new $9.99 summer fun pack.
I used to drive a Ford Ranger, but times changed, so I got the Chevy S10. It's got a longer, wider bed, plus it can tow more.
Thanks, Dad.
So my son took it. Then I got this Chevy full-size pickup. It's got more standard horsepower than Ford, plus it gets better gas mileage.
Thanks, son.
Now my dad's borrowing it. Boy, this never happened before. Maybe I should get another Ford. Nah.
Now get automatic transmission at no extra charge at your area Chevy dealers. In South Texas, we drive Chevy.
KENS TV, your 24-hour station. Eyewitness News, San Antonio's top-rated satellite newscast.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Residents along the Medio Creek in the southwest part of the city remain baffled this evening as to what has wiped out schools of fish in the creek. Some residents blame a chemical spill at the Medina Base Officer Training School, as Gina Galaviz reports.
Lackland Air Force Base engineers were up early taking water samples from this creek to determine whether a chemical spill at the Medina Base Officers Training School caused this massive fish kill.
It's a mess. I hope that they're going to be able to get this cleaned up real soon.
One man believes the school is to blame.
The pollution appears to have come out of Medina Base. I checked the creek on the other side of Medina Base, and it's fine. Where it comes out on this side, all the fish are dead.
But Lackland officials contend that is not true.
If something had happened on this base, we would have seen it. We would have had the same kind of problems that Mr. McMillan's reported. We would have had dead fish up and down Medio Creek. We'd have had irate fishermen that use our creek that would have called it into us.
And the base is quick to point out there are many other reasons for the fish kill, such as dumping of deadly chemicals or duck excrement.
But with so many unanswered questions, many of those who live along the creek are worried that whatever killed these fish could possibly harm their livestock and maybe even themselves.
We've got a real problem with all the flies that are coming around. The smell is terrible, and I'm afraid all these dead organisms in the water are going to create a health hazard and a pollution hazard in themselves.
We got 7 that's supposed to go to the market tomorrow, but we're afraid to sell them. What if we sell them and somebody butchers them and you die from the meat that you ate from the calves?
Lackland plans to continue creek testing, and in the meantime, residents will just have to wait and hope for the best. Gina Galaviz, Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
A hit-and-run accident on IH-10 today sent a San Antonio man to the hospital. Witnesses say a woman traveling in a Bronco westbound on I-10 was rear-ended by the driver of a red sedan, who then fled the scene. The woman in the Bronco was able to drive her car and chased him. As the sedan approached the Huebner exit, the tire blew out, and the driver lost control of the car. The woman suffered no injuries, but the driver of the sedan, 42-year-old Isidro Flores, was taken to Medical Center Hospital, where he's listed in undetermined condition tonight. The medical examiner has ruled the deaths of a local psychiatrist and his wife as a murder-suicide. 57-year-old Carlos Jose Perry and his wife, Jan Jolene, were found dead in their Terrell Hills home on Wiltshire around noon yesterday. Police say marital conflict led Mrs. Perry to shoot her husband twice in the head as he slept in bed. The 52-year-old woman then went into the garage and took her own life with a .38 caliber revolver. The Coast Guard has suspended its search tonight for 2 offshore oil rig workers missing since Thursday when their vessel capsized in the Gulf of Mexico. The Coast Guard suspended its search at noon today, pending further developments. The 2 men have been missing since the 100-foot-long vessel Titan, carrying a jack-up oil rig, toppled in the Gulf late Thursday, about 26 miles south of Freeport. The body of one crewman was found Friday in the Titan's galley. The rig was en route to Freeport when it toppled. With 4th of July festivities in full swing, many holiday vacationers are cooling off by hitting the cool water in the hill country. On the Guadalupe, early morning tubers took to the surf, along with those who would rather keep somewhat drier, and for good reason.
How's the water?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Cold?
We are talking freezing.
And on Canyon Lake, the mood was equally festive, but as Tony Fama reports, with a new BWI law on the books, having fun now carries with it a bit more responsibility.
Now for the second day, there is a new awareness here.
This is a Class C misdemeanor citation, very similar to a traffic citation.
Boat operators found drunk can be fined up to $1,000 and spend 6 months in jail. In Texas yesterday, boating while intoxicated legislation took effect, and it's received broad support.
Well, I don't think they ought to be out here being drunk on the water. Too many people are going to get killed out here, and it's already been a proven fact. I'm just glad they did it.
We spent the morning with the game warden who patrolled Canyon Lake for drunk boaters. We found none. In Texas last year, 73 boaters were killed, 1/3 of whom died at the hands of alcohol. The game warden says those who set sail can still enjoy a beer, but must do so responsibly.
The intent of the law is not to be operating any kind of water vessel out on the lake under the influence of alcohol.
So people can have beer with them, they can have liquor, but they can't be drunk.
That's correct.
The BWI law is modeled after DWI legislation, which reads anyone with a blood alcohol content of 0.10 or higher is drunk. Take the case of the person who doesn't own a boat but chooses to rent one instead. What will happen to the rental company if later that boater turns up drunk? At one rental establishment, a waiver must be signed clearing the company of any liability.
A person that rents a boat from me would have to be sober when he comes into my store. It'd be just like renting an automobile. I mean, he's responsible for his actions to what he does on that lake after. So we assume no responsibility whatsoever for that.
The game warden says drunk boating isn't a problem on Canyon Lake. And now that it's a criminal offense, authorities don't expect any change. Tony Fama, Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
When we come back, Frost Brothers employees hope the public will help them win back their jobs. And on MedBreak, the first television ads featuring generic birth control pills.
Checkpoint 4, all clear.
South perimeter is secure.
In the war on pests, killing the enemy's not enough. You've got to keep new pests from entering.
Entrance 3, undisturbed.
Introducing Orkin's Perimeter Defense System.
All borders secure.
It's the no-cost addition to Orkin's arsenal. An outside barrier that actually stops pests before they get in. Orkin's new Perimeter Defense System. So effective, it borders on genius.
It's the 4th of July, a time for celebration.
I'm Ernesto Ancira, reminding you we have a lot to be thankful for living here in San Antonio. We've been through some tough times, but things are looking better every day. Our economy just gets stronger, and so does our spirit and pride. We're privileged to live in a democracy where we can make our own choices about how we live and make a living. The American dream is still alive in San Antonio. In the spirit of independence, we at Ancira Winton wish you a happy and safe 4th of July celebration.
Well, former Frost Brothers employees have joined forces in showing their anger at the department store's closing. More than 40 former employees are gathering signatures for a petition to send to Frost Brothers officials and the President of the United States.
It sure can hurt, and we're trying to get as many people involved in it as we possibly can, just to show them that, you know, San Antonio as well as Texas really wants to see Frost Brothers come back. You know, it's an institution.
Frost Brothers closed for business late last week, forcing more than 800 employees into the ranks of the unemployed. Well, for many people, using generic rather than brand name prescription drugs can save money. But what about generics when it comes to prescription birth control pills? In Medical Break, Deborah Bonilla tells us about a first in television advertising that involves generic birth control pills.
A new television ad marks the first time a drug company has promoted birth control pills on commercial television. KENS TV was the first TV station in the country to air that commercial. Here's part of the ad.
There is an alternative to the ever-increasing costs of your prescriptions. We are proud to introduce NE135.
The pitch is the product's low cost because it is one of the few generic equivalent drugs to enter the lucrative oral contraceptive market. Women who use a moderate dose birth control pill and want to pay half the standard $12 to $18 a month would be candidates. But often the idea of a generic drug produces mixed reactions.
Feeling that sometimes if it costs less or it's not what I was told to take it, I don't want to take it.
I've used the equivalent of 2 different antibiotics and probably 2 different pain pills, and have had no problems with them at all.
The company stresses that, like all generic equivalents, its pill, marketed as NEE, has the same active ingredients as the brand name pills.
Our product has exactly precisely the same requirements that the brand does in terms of being able to offer the therapeutic benefits that those brands do.
Does the drug prevent pregnancy is the biggest question in the minds of doctors who must write prescriptions for all birth control pills.
If a generic is solid and can prove that it has the same treatment effect, then it's exciting to have an alternative for patients who are interested in maintaining good care but don't necessarily have the financial means to do it.
It's estimated $900 million each year is spent on birth control pills. So drug companies will be watching closely to see if the public accepts a generic equivalent. I'm Deborah Bonilla, and that's Medical Break.
Just ahead, forest fires in 3 western states have firemen working overtime. We'll show you. And we'll go to the zoo for a celebration for the Koala sisters.
Do they sing?
They don't sing at this birthday party.
Koala.
Well, the times, they are a-changing.
For over 200 years, America has sung out for freedom, humanity, and social justice. Now join hosts Peter, Paul, and Mary and hear dozens of artists who've made the music that's made a difference. Watch That American Spirit Tuesday, July 4th at 9 p.m. on KENS TV, a special Time to Care presentation.
Red Carpet believes that real estate today demands sales and marketing sophistication, careful analysis of fair value, trust and confidence anchored in professionalism, and widespread recognition through advertising of a well-trained corps we call the Force. Red Carpet, every advantage in the market and growing.
Large forest fires in the West continues to gobble up a lot of land. Forest fires in Colorado, California, and Utah have charred nearly 10,000 acres of land. Park rangers in all 3 states are worried there will be even more blazes as crowds vacation in dry western states this 4th of July weekend. In Colorado, more than 250 firefighters are working to contain 4 separate fires sparked by lightning. And in California, firefighters have a new blaze on their hands near the Sequoia National Forest, just as experts have begun to restore 8,200 scorched acres near Los Angeles. Dry here, too, really hot. I know the temperatures real up.
Even Smokey can't stop lightning, of course, but here in Texas, if the floods don't get you, the heat will. We're having unprecedented heat. 112 degrees in Midland, Texas. That's a record even for them. Look at the satellite picture. In West Texas, just clear, including San Antonio, of course. And the remnants of that tropical storm now moving up into the Tennessee Valley, causing lots of showers there. But before it left Mississippi, Alabama, it's still got a lot of rain, moisture on the ground. Daytime heat's causing good thunderstorms from eastern Louisiana through places like Mobile, where there's a flash flood watch out, and a very, very severe tornado out in the country. No damage reported yet. Look at this early morning storm that came out of Kansas, now moving through Oklahoma, and now into Texas. It's moving towards the southeast about 35 miles per hour near Caddo Lake right now, causing heavy, heavy thunderstorms. We're going to see a lot of rain out of that one. But Texas, Meanwhile, very clear. Out west, it's clear. It's 111 in Phoenix right now. Not even cooler weather up here in the Canadian provinces, even though a little weak front is trying to dissect the country right here. Slightly cooler air, but not very much. A severe thunderstorm watch then out for East Texas, about a Lufkin-Nacogdoches line, going all the way into portions of northern Louisiana till 9 o'clock tonight. Another one takes over in central Louisiana and runs through Mississippi till 10 o'clock tonight. Severe thunderstorms still breaking out in the east. We don't have any kind of a chance of getting anything. We simply got a trough line out here in West Texas. It's helping to funnel very strong southerly winds out there, and as it does, under clear skies, it's just driving the temperature up extremely high. We're seeing good showers, too, in Kentucky, the Ohio Valley, Florida, totally inundated by showers. Here are the temperatures. They don't look so bad for some of the places where the showers are falling. 71 right now in portions of the Ohio Valley, but look at these temperatures in West Texas. Midland, 112. El Paso, 107. Del Rio, close to us, 106. Even closer, Junction, 106. And we're at 100 in San Antonio. Our heat index is 105. Whew. Southerly winds at 12, and it's going to stay that way for 2 or 3 more days. That was our high 100. Normally, 94, but our record was 106. That's not too bad. At least 100 doesn't seem so bad compared to 106. When the humidity goes up, that heat index goes up and can become quite uncomfortable. Rain showers continue tomorrow for the Ohio Valley, the lower lakes. Not very heavy, though. Light stuff over in the Pacific Northwest, light rain showers. We won't see a great deal of cooling. Here in Texas, sunshine bears down on San Antonio. We'll get those 100-plus readings again, and we'll see almost 100 again. I'll be right back with your forecast.
For 24-hour-a-day weather updates, call WeatherTel at 470-KENS, a service of Eyewitness News and Nutri-System.
Hitting a windshield at 30 miles per hour is a lot like this.
I'll give you a 10, my friend, but you didn't keep your legs together.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Our engineers at Stop and Go introduced the $1.8 million summer fun game. The grand prize, a BMW 735i for $50,000 cash in the easiest game ever to come around the bend. With luxury features like glass-drawn power boats, plus over $1 million instant prizes, 16-ounce Coke, M&Ms, free gas, and more. All available now at Stop and Go's throughout Texas.
The Star-Spangled Sale at North Star. With so much for so little, it gives whole new meaning to the pursuit of happiness. Sale ends July 4th.
It's half a buck weekend at Wonder Bowl through Tuesday. Cold Miller Lite 20-ounce Pepsi Bluebell cones, just half a buck. Win a color TV and other prizes, half a buck at Wonder Bowl.
Fair, 77 degrees tonight, Monday and the 4th. Early morning clouds, but highs near 100 degrees. Be careful of that heat stress.
Thirsty already. Okay, thanks, Ron. Well, a birthday party at the San Antonio Zoo this afternoon did not serve any birthday cake. Well, that's because, as you'll see, the guests of honor, the zoo's new koalas, can only eat eucalyptus. Zoo officials say Banjeri and Mingara are turning 2 years old this week. Now, for human moms, that usually means the beginning of the terrible twos stage. But for the koalas, guess what? It means sleeping from 18 to 20 hours a day. They even slept through their own party. Up next, the Expos expose the Astros, and Fittipaldi wins again. Those stories and more in sports with Gary DeLaune coming up.
I remember Puya, the koala bear. Puya was the first one they had out here from San Diego about 4 or 5 years ago.
That's right.
Now through July 4th.
Come celebrate North Park Hyundai's red, white, and blue tag sale.
Red tags mean all Sonatas come with free air conditioning.
White tags mean $1,000 cash back on all GLs and GLSs.
With cash back applied, GL 3-doors with air conditioning are just $73.53.
Blue tags mean all factory options like air conditioning, automatic AM/FM cassette, sunroof, and more are half price.
The red, white, and blue tag sale.
Through July 4th only.
At North Park Hyundai.
Loop 410 at Airport Boulevard.
South Texas, we're doubling your Wingo fun.
Now, Sunday
and Wednesday
are Wingo card days in the Express News.
That's 2 separate Wingo games to win your big Wingo cash.
In Sunday's Express News, get your triple chance Wingo game card, now worth $15,000 cash every week.
And now, in Wednesday's Express News, get your all-new Wednesday Summer Wingo game card worth $10,000 cash. No purchase necessary.
2 Wingo games now in the Express News.
Are we cooking or what?
Well, I have a feeling the Astros will be glad to get home.
They always are, but it's the All-Star break coming up in about a week, so they will do better in the Dome, we hope. But the Houston Astros fly home tonight to open a 3-game homestand against the Mets beginning tomorrow night. They leave Montreal with a split in their 4-game series. That's not too bad, but today they were given a lesson in crossing to Clancy, and they didn't need a crosswalk. Montreal mauled Houston and Jim Clancy 13-2. They knew it was going to be one of those days when Expo pitcher Brent Smith slams a 3-run double, and he clears the bases. It was a 19-hit. The Atlanta Braves staged some real Indian trading today. They swapped outfielder DeLaune James with the Cleveland Indians for outfielder Oddibe McDowell. Then they sent struggling southpaw pitcher Zane Smith to Montreal for 3 minor leaguers. Some ditties about Pete Rose when we return.
In every city and town you go, from the prairies down to Mexico, you can feel that Texas pride stretching out so far and wide.
Texans have style. That's why more and more Texans are driving Ford Taurus. Taurus offers more car for the dollar than anything else on the market.
Ford Taurus, just my style.
The design-leading Taurus. No wonder it's the best-selling car in its class. Ford Taurus, a car that captures the real spirit of Texas.
Texas, Ford, and you. Shot Waterbeds.
We're going ape at the Shot Waterbeds with a big banana sale that will save you money. Bring in a banana when you buy a bed, and we'll give you a Best Shot exclusive waveless mattress with lifetime diamond warranty corners worth $100 absolutely free. We're swinging the best deals your way because you're the top banana during Best Shot Waterbeds' big banana sale.
For the best rest of your life, give it your best shot.
Undoubtedly, the Pete Rose case will snare headlines in the weeks to come. But in one Ohio city, they have a Pete Rose Bentley that may set song lyrics back at least 10 years.
It's a strike. It's a ball. It's Pete Rose with his back to the wall. Check the judge. Check the odds. For Pete, everything's coming up roses. Bart says, don't look at me. How do I know if Pete is guilty? Now it's out, betting sheets, and they say the handwriting is roses. Now's his inning. Did he gamble or not? Charlie hustles, finding himself in a tussle for the Reds. Things are tough. All their press for their boss makes it rough. Is it true? Did Pete bet? Is his bull key all wet? Will Giamatti get his day in court? For Pete, everything's coming up roses. Everything's coming up bookies and betting slips. Everything's coming up pointing a finger at you.
Okay. Emerson Fittipaldi had to surge past Michael Andretti today, but the Indy 500 winner put the pedal to the metal and raced home the victor at the Cleveland Grand Prix.
See Emerson looking from right to left, checking his mirrors. The last 2 sets of turns, Emerson Fittipaldi out onto the pit straight, the twin checkered flags, and Emerson Fittipaldi, 3 in a row for Fittipaldi.
Canadian Donovan Reddick visited the hometown of James Bone Crusher Smith today. The Crusher was crunched by the Big Northern in a heavyweight bout at Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Right hand by Ruddock got through. He's in trouble, Tim. Two more right hands and a left uppercut. Smith goes down. It was the first right hand that did the damage. Smith will not get up.
Weather scored a bogey today as heavy rain caused a lengthy delay in the Beatrice Western Open in Oak Brook, Illinois. Peter Jakes and Mark McCumber are co-leaders after 6 holes with 12 under, and then Tammy Green won the Desmouriers and LPGA play, and Orville Moody won the Seniors Open.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Live from the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida, come celebrate America's birthday with a bang. With music from New Kids on the Block, singer Sandy Patty, Willard Scott, Miss America 1989, the Mickey Mouse Club cast, a look at Walt Disney World's newest attractions, Pleasure Island and Typhoon Lagoon, and the biggest fireworks display in America. A celebration so big and so dazzling, it can only come from Disney.
Tuesday night at 7 on KENS TV.
The people in Happy, Texas are unhappy because they can't get Bluebell ice cream snacks.
If we could, Happy would be paradise, right?
Some residents in Needmore, Texas claim
we named our town Needmore because we need more Bluebell snacks.
No, we didn't, Daddy.
Yes, we did.
Folks here never need more Bluebell snacks because they get all they can eat.
That's why we're happy in paradise.
Bluebell, the best tasting ice cream in the country.
San Antonio Olds dealers KG97 Radio and the San Antonio Light invite you to test drive any new Oldsmobile and then get a fun-filled night on the town for two absolutely free. Laughs at the Funny Bone. Let Bridal Bar Limousine Service chauffeur you to dinner at Barbados, or enjoy dinner for two at the Cadillac Restaurant, Rufino's, Meatballs, I-10 Diner, or enjoy a stay at the Marriott. Look in your San Antonio Light for more details. A night on the town, it's simple. Just see Gun Olds on Loop 410 or Cabinet Olds on Broadway. Your San Antonio Olds dealers.
So I said to my good friend Liz,
"Hey, let's do lunch at Long John Silver's."
And she said, "Why?" And I said,
"Because of their 20th anniversary fish and more deal. 2 of their original crunchy fillets, plenty of fries, hush puppies, and coleslaw, all for just $2.79.
So I told her,
"It'll give us the strength we need for an afternoon of data processing."
Long John's 20th anniversary. It's a big deal for us.
And for us, too. Arr.
For underprivileged kids from the inner city, summer camp may seem like the impossible dream. But you know, there's a camp in the Hill Country that wants to change that. Janice Miles has more on some people in the Texas Hill Country who take the time to care.
Come on, get out with us. No!
His Hill Summer Camp is just about what you'd expect from any Hill Country camp. But for 2 weeks of every summer, His Hill entertains 200 children who find summer camp a unique opportunity.
These are kids who come from the inner city of Dallas, San Antonio, even as far as Louisiana.
Most of them have really had a hard life, and I have girls in my cabin this week, and all of them have been through just really terrible things that I can't even imagine.
1, 2, 3, go.
We have rappelling and ice riflery, and there's canoeing and archery. They get so excited with just every little thing.
Some have come from crime-related backgrounds and, you know, almost anything you could imagine.
We give them hope and that there is a better life and that things can be better. How you do that so well. We just hug them and love on them and tell them that we love them. And they really respond well to that because I think a lot of them aren't used to having that love. A lot of them don't even know what love is. And so they're really hungry for it.
A week at summer camp makes a lifetime impression on any child. But for these inner city kids, a week at His Hill Ranch Camp may be a memory which will grow into a new way of life. Janice Miles, Channel 5, Eyewitness News.
That's the news for now. We'll be back at 10. Thank you so much for watching.
Stay out of the sun.
You're not kidding.
On the next this evening. Now that the Playmate of the Year has hooked him for life.
And Playmate for a lifetime.
Whatever happened to the women he's left behind? This evening, Hugh Hefner's former loves.
He's the sexiest man I've ever met.
Plus, one man's crusade to save the Dolphins.
How can we let this happen?
On the Next This Evening with Nancy Glass.
Watch This Evening, Monday, following Eyewitness News at 6.
Listen to the scissors cutting around. Don't you love the sound of the price coming down? Don't you love the sound of the price coming down?
USDA Choice Whole Boneless Beef Brisket, 89 cents a pound, limit 2 per person with $10 additional purchase. Red Ripe Whole Watermelon, $1.59 each, limit 2. And Classic Coke, 6-pack 12-ounce cans, 89 cents, limit 4 per person with $10 purchase or more.
Y'all, some have gotten the message by now, but others are still messing up our highways. Esta es nuestra casa con todo y sus carreteras. Y el que riega su basura se está metiendo con mis Texas. En Texas no queremos basura, así que no te metas con Texas. Don't be messing with my Texas. En Texas no queremos basura.
NCNB Texas has just made resource banking even better. We still pay you a great rate on resource money market savings account balances over $1,000. But now, when your balance reaches $10,000, we'll get busy paying you more interest. A lot more on your entire balance. Resource banking, only from NCNB Texas. Banking from your point of view.
Mama's Family at it again tonight at 11:30.
CVS is getting hotter. Get ready. The sparks are gonna fly. Get ready. We're gonna take you higher every time you look us in the eye.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Get ready for CVS.
KENS TV, San Antonio, Texas.